That's a good Mrs. Livingston. I think that's the woman's name. Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate. Coming your way to do one of my famed Blu-ray reviews. Now, I actually already reviewed the movie in a rather lengthy, I think 20 plus minute review going on 3 years ago. It'll be like 3 years ago in May, I think. So I've already reviewed this movie rather in-depthly, so feel free to check out my review of the movie if you want to know what I think of the movie. This is just going to be a review of the recently released Blu-ray by Kino Lorber. I think this came out like, I don't know, late last year, late 2016. And I don't know if I was on blu-ray.com or whatever. I don't know how I came across. I mean, I knew about this last year. I wasn't planning to get it because of the Anchor Bay DVD, which is right here, which is, I think, the first time it ever been on disc in a digital format. It's an Anchor Bay DVD that came out in 2004, and it's got The Pit and double feature with Hellgate, and they're both anamorphic. And it's a really good presentation. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, in my opinion, the presentation on the DVD is actually better, not in resolution, of course, but the overall, in my opinion, presentation on the DVD is better than the recently released Blu-ray by Kino Lorber. This is my second Kino Lorber, if I'm saying that correctly. Wonderful. If I'm not, wonderful. This is my second release by them, and the first one I've already reviewed, which is the Hills Have Eyes Blu-ray, Hills Have Eyes Part 2 rather, Blu-ray that I got and recently reviewed. That Blu-ray, in my opinion, was kind of subpar. I mean, it's the best version, in my opinion, to watch on home video, but I think it left a lot to be desired. And the same kind of goes with the Pit Blu-ray, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, the definition, this is probably a better Blu-ray than the Hills of Ice Part 2. The definition is obviously going to be better than this, because it's clearer than that. Don't get me wrong, I mean, this is how I feel about the Blu-ray of the Pit as far as video quality, is that it's an absolutely fantastic transfer as far as film, and it's really filmaic transfer, and the grain is always there. I'm a grain guy, I love my grain, so it's really sharp and everything like that. My only problem with this transfer when I compared it, I just actually compared it, I put this on the TV and I put this on a portable DVD player just now, and I synced them up. So I was comparing them that way, and the color in this transfer looks like a more, which it came out 10 years prior, more than 10 years prior to the Blu-ray. This transfer looks more better. It looks more high tech than this transfer. An overall image, in the overall image. Now, basically, from what I can gather when I played the Blu-ray and the DVD side by side, is the color, in my opinion, the color in this is kind of faded out. The color in the DVD, the Anchor Bay DVD that came out in '04, is much more rich. And you know how back in the day when they used to do movies on film and they'd have a work print, sometimes you can see in some of the full moon movies, a lot of times, I think all the times in the early 90s when you saw a trailer for a full moon movie, it kind of had that work print quality about it. Well, that's kind of how I would regard the Blu-ray of this movie. I mean, it's a fantastic image. I don't see a lot of problem with the brightness. I think the brightness isn't really an issue, but my only problem with the Blu-ray is it's like someone took the color, you know how you can turn down the color on your TV and adjust it to more or less. It's like someone just took the DVD transfer and just, or took made a new transfer of it and just kind of, it's not as saturated the colors aren't as saturated, and it comes across as being, but very much like with Hills Have Eyes Part 2 Blu-ray, which I didn't think to mention in the review and I thought of after the fact, is it kind of gives it that grindhouse appearance, kind of like you just go into a movie theater at midnight and just seeing an archival print or something. I mean, in one good, if you want to look at it that way and make something good out of, not 100% fantastic Blu-ray release, you could look at it that way. Don't get me wrong, as I've already stated, the clarity, the definition, you know, it's a very film-like transfer, and it definitely, you know, is really good in those regards. My only complaint with it, basically in closing, is just it's just faded when you compare it to this version. Like this version, if you showed someone just basically standard definition versions of actually, I think they put this out on DVD too. So if you were to just take the new transfer on DVD and just compare DVDs and say which one you like better, people would probably say, you know, novices and professional huge movie fanatics alike would probably say, I like this transfer better, and this transfer is probably must be the new one because it looks, you know, more, the colors are more rich and stuff than this one. So that's my review. Well, that's my review of the picture part of the Blu-ray. I didn't hear any issues with the audio. The audio seemed fine to me. Obviously, being a low-budget movie in the early 80s, the audio was just mono, and it's ever something that, you know, blew anyone's ass off. So I don't remember any problem with the audio. And as always with these DVD review, or Blu-ray reviews rather, I'll put the back of the box to show the special features. It's got an audio commentary by a film historian, and this, I don't know, you can see it, so you know what the hell I'm talking about. Obviously, since it's not a commentary featuring anyone that had to do anything to do with the making of the movie, I wasn't interested in that. It does feature, is it 4? Yeah. It's 4 really, what I would regard as four really good interviews. One of them with the guy who plays Jamie in this movie. His name is Sammy Sanders. So it's got an interview featuring that guy, and also an interview featuring the woman who played the babysitter, and then you got an interview with the screenwriter, which is actually very interesting, and it shows how this movie is actually, I don't want to spoil it, I guess I could, I guess I might as well. The original idea for this movie was to have, by the screenwriter, was to have this kid, have them actually cast a kid that was 8 or 9 years old, younger than the, you know, kid who appeared in the movie. And what's really cool about, and the only thing I really don't like about this movie is the end. It kind of just seems to do whatever. And what's revealed by the interview with the screenwriter is that it basically, from the moment the babysitter slaps what's his name, Jamie, in this movie, like everything that happens with the trawl logs and him bringing people to the trawl logs to kill him and stuff like that, or everything that happens after that moment. I can't remember if he's killing people before or after that or not, but regardless, anything that happens after that moment, the screenwriter said, is all in his mind. Like the scene after the girl pushes Jamie into the pit, we cut to like some psychiatrist's office or something like that. This is how the screenwriter wrote it, and it's just like, oh, very interesting or whatever. So we find out that all this stuff, where potentially, I don't know, like I say, all the stuff that happened after he got slapped by the babysitter basically didn't happen and was all in his mind. And by having a younger boy, it's kind of, well, the guy explained it in the video, but that's the basic gist of it. So basically, you know, the executive producer basically took a fantastic script and kind of just made a B-grade horror movie out of it, which is still an extremely, in my opinion, an enjoyable horror movie, but gosh, it really would have been even much more better and classic had they gone. It's really too bad that money means you got to take originality out of the movie. Like, there's no reason why, you know, the movie was originally titled by the writer Teddy, which would have been absolutely fantastic. There's no reason why the movie couldn't have had, you can still, I mean, call it Teddy, you know, and have the ending be that ending. Of course, if someone's going to a horror movie, I guess I can see the executive producer's point of view. If someone's going to a horror movie, they want to see people die and stuff, and if towards the end of the movie it's like, you know, it's revealed that no one died, it might be a downer to the horror fans, but I mean, no one died anyway because it's a movie, and even if they didn't die, they died in his mind, and I don't know, I just find it really disappointing that the producer actually, you know, omitted or didn't shoot. I don't think they even shot that last scene that he wrote for the end of the movie, where it basically shows that everything after the slap was all in his mind. It would have been a fantastic ending in my opinion. But at any rate, those are the special features. I actually just gonna put basically a screenshot of the menu of the special features on the disc because there's more than is listed here. There's all kinds of trailers, which I'm assuming this outfit Kino Lorber has put out on Blu-ray since. There's all kinds of some trailers for other movies on here as well. So that is going to be my review of the Blu-ray of The Pit. I got it for like 13 bucks. I wasn't intending on getting it, but then I saw some comment in a forum on maybe a blue-ray.com where someone said, I better get it before it goes out of print. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe he was just saying that to someone else or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of a good point. Like, it's only 13 bucks. Let me just get it. And I'm glad I did. The definition's fantastic. And actually, the interviews actually were really kind of cool to see the adult version of Jamie now. And he's looking pretty fit still and everything. He's like a dancer. He's a dance instructor now, and he's been that for I don't know how long, a long time. And he looks good still, and the babysitter looks a little older. But all 4 interviews, in my opinion, are very insightful, very interesting, and even the one with the composer is great, and the screenwriter is great, and all of them are pretty much great. And I don't think it says, oh, it does say trailer gallery. I think that's referring to, I don't know, well, you can see on the screenshot of the menu if there's I don't remember if there's a trailer for this movie on this Blu-ray or not, but that's my review of this particular Blu-ray. And you know, I don't know what the deal is with Kino Lorber, if they're just mostly put out subpar crap or what, but I guess it's better than not having it on Blu-ray at all. It's like you sacrifice the saturation of the color for sharpness, so it's like, what do I feel like watching The Pit? Do I want it, you know, decent color, or do I want the definition? So anyway, it'd be nice if their transfer could have offered both of them, but thank you very much for watching my review, and as always, we'll catch you next time.